Lithia Subaru of Fresno proudly sponsors tonight's first segment of Eyewitness News. Lithia Subaru of Fresno. Subaru confidence in motion. Now, CBS 47 Eyewitness News begins with breaking news.
And we have breaking news out of Fresno tonight. Police say a man was playing video games when shots were fired into his home. This happened in the area of Clark and Tyler. That's near Olive and Fresno Streets.
CBS 47's AJ Cotto joins us live from the scene with the latest on this ongoing investigation. AJ.
Ken, Catherine, we just arrived on scene out here and we're able to get some information from police. Now, they said this happened just after 10, so still very early in this investigation, but I'm going to take a step aside, let you see what's going on behind me here. Now, this happened at the 2200 block of East Tyler at Clark. They said that it started when ShotSpotter picked up 3 rounds fired. Moments later, police got a call from someone on their 911 line. When they arrived, they said that they found a single male victim who had been shot. They say that victim is now in critical condition at CRMC. Now, all they can say about him right now is he is described as Hispanic in his early 20s. They say he lives in this house here with his family. And as you said, he was inside his bedroom playing video games at the time of this shooting. They say at this point there is no suspect information. Right now, officers are going door to door looking for surveillance and any witnesses.
Officers have cordoned off the area. We've notified our detectives, and at this point we're going door to door looking for surveillance and any witnesses. At this point we have not found any witnesses to the shooting.
Now, at this point, as you heard, they have not been able to find any witnesses. They say that the victim did not see anybody and no one heard any cars leave the area or anything like that. They said that at this point, there is no indication that this is gang-related. However, they will be out here for several more hours as they investigate. For now, we're live in Fresno. AJ Cotto, CBS 47 Eyewitness News.
AJ, thank you. And a developing story tonight. Investigators are talking to witnesses to figure out who killed a man in West Central Fresno this evening. Fresno Sheriff's deputies were called to McKinley and Phelan Avenues around 5:30 tonight for an assault and reports of gunshots. The victim's friend reportedly called 911, and when deputies arrived, they found a man in his 30s wounded, laying on the ground. They performed CPR, but the victim died at the scene.
Right now, we do have some witnesses that we're speaking with, getting some good information. Hopefully we can identify who the suspect might be, if there was any sort of disturbance that led up to this. So that's what we're doing right now.
McKinley Avenue in that area was shut down for several hours for the investigation.
Stormy conditions mixed with travel holiday events means there's a lot of people on the road. The California Highway Patrol says the busy travel period started at 6 o'clock tonight when people got off work. That's when all available officers statewide went on duty.
Travelers hitting the road in droves. Thanksgiving dinner on the horizon. Meanwhile, Mother Nature already serving up a winter.
The California Highway Patrol's maximum enforcement period will run all the way until Sunday at midnight.
Good evening to you. I'm CBS 47 meteorologist Justin Sacher. We saw things calm down through the day today, but there's still more snow to fall from this first system. We've got another one coming after the Thanksgiving Day holiday. Let's start a look through our Valley Cam network, powered by Master Storage 365. And this is a time lapse from our Meadow Lakes camera. It's up some 2,000 feet up above the valley, and you can watch the rain turn into ice on the camera lens as the day goes by. There's snow piling up on the ground, more than 7 inches measured there by our broadcast tower there at Meadow Lakes. Snow totals today, China Peak 33 inches in Sequoia National Park, nearly 2 feet, close to 1.5 feet at Shaver, Hume Lake, a foot of snow, Tioga Pass 2. There will be more snow tomorrow and some more valley showers, but the snow will be more prolific. As we go through the next couple days, we will see the entry of yet another storm system. It's all ahead in your full pinpoint weather forecast.
And some wild weather in the South Valley. A funnel cloud was spotted this morning. This was in the area of Road 80 outside Dinuba. Fortunately, no damage reported. Meteorologists say cold air funnels like this one usually don't turn into anything that causes damage.
And take a look at this up north in Placerville. Highway 50 was closed in both directions tonight when a big rig carrying cattle jackknifed on the highway. That highway is one of 2 key roads leading into the Lake Tahoe region. The truck was carrying 82 cows. Local farmers helped to corral the ones that got loose and safely return them to the truck.
In Southern California, it was a rough and slow drive for people headed to Las Vegas and other destinations as they headed up the Cajon Pass. Drivers were met with a little bit of fog and a lot of rain.
Is it worth driving in this kind of weather?
Oh, yeah. Once we get there, it's great dirt and desert riding.
But no snow?
No.
Okay. So you got to go to sunny Malibu?
No, we are. Well, yeah. Probably just like it is here. Wouldn't you think?
I thought the sun always shined in Malibu.
Well, it shines somewhere.
So true. There was snow on some of the roadways leading up to the pass, and Caltrans crews and their plows say they'll be on a 24/7 schedule throughout the storm. In Los Angeles, firefighters rescued a man who became stuck in a tree trapped in the rain-swollen Los Angeles River. This happened in the area of Atwater Village. The man was about 40 feet from the bank of the river. A rescue crew used ropes and a boat to rescue him.
Well, after 2 of her laptop computers were stolen from her car, a woman in Fresno County did a little detective work and led deputies to the suspect.
They did an excellent job. Nobody was hurt. Nobody was injured.
Laura Brickey has nothing but praise for Fresno County Sheriff's deputies after 2 of her laptop computers were stolen from her car. Wednesday morning, she gave deputies a major clue on how to find them.
She had a tracking feature on one of those Apple computers.
Laura and her husband used an app to track down her stolen computers. That clue led deputies to a home not far from Laura's house near Peach and Belmont.
I have a MacBook Air, and I never shut it all the way down. I just always just shut it, and so it was still on. So I went to my husband's iPad that was inside the house and logged in with my username, and we were able to trace my MacBook Air a mile away on Clay Street.
With Laura's help, deputies closed in on the house. Inside, deputies found and questioned 41-year-old Christopher Calkins, who was on probation. And as suspected, they also
searched the property, and we found 2 of those computers.
Laura is relieved that the app worked and that she let the sheriff's department handle everything.
They did a great job. They responded very quickly and to bring me back my belongings. I just can't be thankful enough.
The suspect now facing charges of grand theft and possession of stolen property and a probation violation.
Fresno police are searching for a suspect who they say tried to run over his girlfriend and caused an injury accident. Officers say 22-year-old D'Angelo Webb was involved in a domestic disturbance with his girlfriend. They say that he stole her car, attempted to run her over, and then later police received reports of a reckless driver in the area of McKinley and West. They spotted the suspect and tried to stop him, but he drove off and ran a red light.
When he reached Clinton, the intersection at Clinton, he ran the red light, striking 2 other vehicles. The subject then ran from the car into the surrounding neighborhood. Officers arrived and tended to the injured parties. One 6-year-old child was transported to St. Agnes with a abrasion from its seatbelt and a complaint of pain to its neck.
Again, police are still searching for D'Angelo Webb. He's facing charges of domestic violence, auto theft, and assault with a deadly weapon.
Fresno police say a man wearing a black mask and a hoodie robbed a bank in Fresno today. The suspect entered the Citibank at Champlain and Perrin just before 2 o'clock in the afternoon. He gave a demand note to a teller. No weapon was seen. He got away with an undisclosed amount of cash.
He's a white male, adult, about 5'11" to 6'2". He was wearing a mask and a hoodie, so very little of his skin showed. And what was rather unique was a light-colored pair of pants, kind of like the really, like the very light acid wash from like the 80s type pants.
A police canine was used to track part of the suspect's footpath. Officers are also looking at surveillance video to help track down that suspect.
For the Fresno Police Department taking extra steps to make sure that drivers stay safe during the Thanksgiving holiday. Starting tonight, there are extra patrols on the streets, and officers are not only looking for drunk drivers, they're looking for those under the influence of marijuana.
Special officers that are trained to detect and to note if they're under the influence of marijuana.
And officers want to remind folks of their options. If you've had a few drinks, you can take an Uber or Lyft, or use a taxi, or call a friend for a ride home before you get behind the wheel. With the holiday shopping season underway, local law enforcement is beefing up security.
Operation Christmas Presents is a joint effort between the California Highway Patrol, Fresno Police, and the Fresno County Sheriff's Office to keep shoppers safe and their gifts out of the hands of thieves.
Auto thieves are looking for victims. They're looking for vehicles that are unlocked. People are warming their vehicles up and leaving the key in there.
Operation Christmas Presents will continue through the holiday season.
New at 11 tonight, the cold, wet weather wasn't enough to stop these shoppers from lining up.
If you have a comfy chair, bring your comfy chair.
This father and son duo say that this is a bonding experience for them. It's the 10th year that they've camped out together, and they have no plans of stopping anytime soon. They now have it down to a science.
Yeah,
so
I guess so. Yeah, I don't know what the deals, but the bonding experience, I'm all in on. That's
camping.
Great. Yeah, fantastic.
Urban camping.
Yeah. Social media giant is sending out warnings to some of its users. The clock is ticking. Find out why your Twitter account could soon be deleted.
And if you're tackling that Thanksgiving turkey and you have a few questions, some free expert advice is available.
But first, here are the winning numbers for tonight's Super Lotto drawing. It's worth $10 million. Also tonight, here are the winning numbers for tonight's Powerball drawing. It's worth $100 million. We're back in a little over a minute.
All around us, issues and indifference. You have questions. You need help. CBS 47 is on your side, investigating the issues you care about, working to get you answers, justice, and restitution. To be your voice, to be on your side. Merle and Emmy Award-winning Eyewitness News investigates with Eric Rosales and the entire Eyewitness News team on CBS 47 Eyewitness News.
All right, let's get going.
I want to make sure I ordered it for everyone. I think I have the exact amount.
We got the biggest Subaru to help bring our family together.
Just resting my eyes.
Even though we're generations apart.
What a day. I just love those kids.
Presenting the 3-row Subaru Ascent. Love is now bigger than ever.
Visit Subaru of Fresno, 5212 North Blackstone during the Subaru Share the Love event.
You can bring your Thanksgiving turkey on an airplane. Just tell them it's your emotional support meet.
New Colbert tonight on CBS.
39 seasons, 2 Valley contestants, 1 is left. Survivor Wednesdays. This is CBS 47 Eyewitness News.
Well, as the old saying goes, use it or lose it. Twitter will start deleting inactive accounts next month. The company is sending out warning emails to those who haven't been using their accounts in the last 6 months or longer. Inactive accounts will get a notification that they have to log in by December the 11th and follow the screen steps, including accepting the latest terms and policies.
New at 11 tonight in Phoenix, Arizona, a 17-year-old girl was locked out of her house tonight. Instead of calling for help, she tried to enter through a chimney. She got stuck right above the flue, but managed to call the police and her sister for help. She spent about 45 minutes trapped in the chimney before firefighters got her out. Aside from some chimney soot, she was unharmed. On the eve of Thanksgiving, we have an update on a food safety alert for you regarding romaine lettuce tainted with E. coli.
Federal health officials say at least 67 people have now gotten sick in 19 states. The Centers for Disease Control is reporting 27 more cases this week. And of the nearly 70 cases, 39 people had to be hospitalized. Young children and the elderly are the most at risk. The symptoms of cramping and diarrhea can start anywhere from 2 to 8 days after eating contaminated food.
There's usually no fever, so it can be subtle, and people don't recognize it as an infectious cause right away.
The CDC is urging folks and stores to throw away all romaine lettuce and products from the Salinas Valley area, which is the suspected source of the contamination. Also, wash and sanitize the areas of your kitchen where the romaine lettuce was stored.
Americans will cook and carve some 46 million turkeys this Thanksgiving. And should things go horribly wrong in the kitchen, Butterball will once again be there for you with the Turkey Talk Line. Ever since 1981, Butterball has staffed a toll-free hotline to answer all of your burning questions about preparing and cooking your Thanksgiving bird. If you have questions, the number to call is 1-800-BUTTERBALL. The company says each year their experts answer more than 100,000 questions for thousands of households all around the United States and Canada.
Speaking of turkeys, thanks to the generosity of our community, hundreds of Valley families will enjoy a complete Thanksgiving meal. This morning, people lined up at Catholic Charities in Fresno. They were given free turkeys that were collected during our sister station's recent annual turkey drive, along with all the fixings. Catholic Charities says it's a blessing to be able to provide meals to hundreds of families.
It really reminds you what the holidays are all about, especially Thanksgiving. There is no thanks without giving. So it's just a wonderful way to go into the day tomorrow that we look forward to spending with our own families, and we hope that these people can spend it with theirs.
About 1,200 turkeys were given out today, along with all the holiday meal fixings.
Speaking of those fixins, they began waiting at 6 this morning. Folks in Fresno want their Thanksgiving pies. We'll check in with a local bakery right after your Pinpoint weather forecast.
And we are looking at yet another storm system headed our way after Thanksgiving. An update on the rain and snow still to come through your holiday next in your Pinpoint weather forecast.
Stay connected with breaking news as it happens. Instantly accessible at yourcentralvalley.com with current stories from your community and the latest Pinpoint weather conditions all day, every day. CBS 47 Eyewitness News is always available at yourcentralvalley.com.
Surprise! A new Buick?
To James, from James.
Hey, is this a new Buick? I Secret Santed myself.
I shouldn't have. I have been very good this year.
I love it. I love it.
Turn Black Friday into Buick Friday all month long. Current eligible lessees get this low mileage lease on this 2019 Buick Encore for around $199 per month. Or get just over $6,700 below MSRP on this 2019 Encore Preferred. Visit SenCalBuick.com today.
Pass the gravy on Thursday and skip the madness on Friday. The better Black Friday sell-a-thon is on at your California Ford dealers. The best Black Friday savings are here with a $500 Amazon.com gift card on top of other offers. Now get F-150 with 0 for $72. Lease the 2020 Explorer for $299 per month. Or lease Ranger for $199 per month. Don't forget the $500 Amazon.com gift card Friday only. Get crazy savings during the better Black Friday sell-a-thon at your California Ford dealers.
The after Thanksgiving sale. Save up to 30% off throughout the store.
Lazy Boy. Live life comfortably.
If this 2-ton car gets in an accident with this 30-ton truck, you can suffer big injuries. When it comes to truck wrecks, I know what I'm talking about. I'm attorney Tom Dunyan. Call me. It's just that easy.
Hi there, it's Les Schwab Tires. Well, more like Les Schwab alignment and brakes and shocks and wheels and tires. Some tire places don't offer all that, but we do to help keep you safe. Stop by or book an appointment at leschwab.com. Right now, save up to $100 on a set of 4 select passenger tires to help keep you safe in any weather. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Win this car and keep your family moving with CBS 47 Renewal Ride.
Now, your CBS 47 Pinpoint weather forecast.
Good evening to you. I'm CBS 47 meteorologist Justin Sacher. Widespread heavy rain early this morning was enough to really push rain totals up close to the half-inch mark. We did see spottier showers through the day and continued snow showers in the mountains, which is one of the only active areas still in Central California. We'll actually see mountain snow pick up in intensity as we go through the day tomorrow. Right now, looking at about 1.5 feet of snow on the ground to 2 feet up at Shaver. And this first system, the pre-Thanksgiving system, although it extends into tomorrow, it is just halfway done. The winter storm warning for our portion of the Sierra continues until 4 in the morning on Friday. So you get an idea that this one is not quite over yet. Even though a lot of the heavier rain has moved to our south, we're going to see the surge of moisture come back around. It's part of this low pressure system as it spins, so it's going to wrap around this moisture and bring more heavy snow to mountain areas, if briefly, through the day tomorrow. And this will knock those snow totals up a little farther, and the valley may see another shower or two out of that. Then the next system comes. This is Saturday, and this is a warmer system, so snow levels will be higher up. And as this passes, we could see another round of ponding here on the valley floor. We could see those rivers rise a little more, ponding basins again, getting a good wallop of water through the area. And next week, through the middle of the week, looks wet once again, so this might be quite a season as far as rainfall goes. I've broken this precipitation forecast down into two areas. We're talking about two storms. So on the left side of this slash is what we're going to see through Friday. Then Saturday, that second storm, that's to the right-hand side of the slash. So Fresno looking at about 0.2 more as through the next couple days, not a lot, and then another ½ inch of rain coming on through the weekend this weekend. Up in the mountains, because of the warmer temperatures, 10 inches of snow still to fall tomorrow and Friday in Lodgepole and Sequoia National Park, but after that, it will be a wet, wintry mix. We're even looking at places like Oakhurst to get an inch or so of slush through tomorrow and Friday, and then that will be followed by an inch of rain by the time we get to later on. Same thing with these snow totals from Tioga Pass to Post Peak, even though those temperatures stay below freezing. Looking at a little snow over the next couple days, and then a lot more with the next system to come. 43 degrees outside right now here in Fresno. The high was 52 today, so 8 degrees under that average, but that's to be expected with these wintry storm systems. Solar electricity generation dropping because of the activity that we still have to come and the clouds that block it. Pollen forecast stays low through the next 4 days from Dr. Emma Minian and the Allergy Institute. So your forecast for the Sierra still has that snow left to fall, mainly tomorrow, a little bit more on Friday. The next system will be higher in elevation, as you can see those levels. So we're talking rain and snow for spots in the Sierra, and that rain and snow returns with yet another system a week from now. That'll be number 3. Here in the valley, we're watching a few more showers. They will be scattered about the area, so a little more precipitation, and then much more coming through the weekend.
Okay. The faucet's been turned on, it looks like.
Here it is.
Okay, thanks. New at 11, what's Thanksgiving without some pie? In Fresno, the folks at Eddie's Bakery started baking at 10:30 last night to meet the holiday demand. They say the customers started lining up at 6 o'clock this morning to get their pies. And since the local Marie Callender's restaurants closed, the folks at Eddie's Bakery say they're seeing more customers this year. They estimate they baked some 1,000 pies.
Wow, so you guys are baking up every day? They came in last night and at like 10:30, and they baked all through the night and the morning.
Along with the traditional pumpkin pies, they also offer pecan, cherry, apple, and boysenberry pies. They're closed tomorrow, Thanksgiving Day, but they'll start taking pie orders again on Friday.
It really looks delicious. And yeah, what a conundrum now, because Marie Callender's was a go-to for a lot of folks.
Absolutely.
Or conundrum, how do you pick one kind, one flavor?
That's a new thing to mull over in your head now.
That's right.
Yes.
Coming up next in sports, another win for UTEP tonight, and a Fresno native led the way. Andrew Martin next in Sports Central.
From Botox to B12, discover the fountain of youth at Body del Sol. This nationally recognized and awarded green medical spa offers you the gift of luxury with enhancement packages and the highest levels of service and satisfaction. Love your body by Body del Sol.
I got 50% off everything.
At Central Valley Honda dealers, 14 days of Black Friday. Get door-busting deals without busting anything at all on Civic and more. See your Central Valley Honda dealer.
All right, let's get going.
I want to make sure to I ordered it for everyone. I think I have the exact amount.
We got the biggest Subaru to help bring our family together.
Just resting my eyes.
Even though we're generations apart.
What a day. I just love those kids.
The 3-row Subaru Ascent. Love. It's what makes a Subaru a Subaru.
Visit Lithia Subaru of Fresno for a test drive today.
Beyond the routine checkups, beyond the not-so-routine cases, Comcast Business is helping doctors provide care in whole new ways, all working with a new generation of technologies, powered by our gig speed network. Because beyond technology, there is human ingenuity. Every day, Comcast Business is helping businesses go beyond the expected to do the extraordinary. Take your business beyond.
All right, let's get going.
I want to make sure I ordered it for everyone. I think I have the exact amount.
We got the biggest Subaru to help bring our family together.
Just resting my eyes.
Even though we're generations apart.
What a day. I just love those kids.
Presenting the 3-row Subaru Ascent. Love is now bigger than ever.
Visit Subaru of Fresno, 5212 North Blackstone during the Subaru Share the Love event.
The After Thanksgiving sale. Save up to 30% off throughout the store.
Lazy Boy. Live life comfortably.
Now YourCentralValley.com pros who know. When planning to purchase your home, start saving for your down payment early. Explore down payment and mortgage options by calling your local lender, Country Club Mortgage, today. For more expert advice, go to YourCentralValley.com/pros who know.
KC24 News is brought to you by Dr. Satari at All Smiles Dental.
Now, Sports Central, presented by Table Mountain Casino.
A year ago, UTEP was terrible. 8-21, 0-13 on the road. That was Rodney Terry's first year in El Paso. The Miners still have yet to play a road game this season, but they're perfect at home. And guess who led the way tonight? Bryson Williams, the Roosevelt alum and 2-year Bulldog, scored a career-high 33 points. Now, UTEP played East Central University tonight, so not exactly a powerhouse, but still, Williams scored those 33 points in just 25 minutes. He was 15 of 17 shooting, and he also had 11 rebounds for a double-double. He's averaging 18 points per game for the Miners this season. That leads the team. So to his 6.8 rebounds per game.
We just tell each other that we have to come at every opponent the same way and be ready to compete and come here and we know we got to play hard and defend home court. So, I mean, it's not hard. It shouldn't be hard for us to come up and play these type of games.
Again, UTEP is 5-0. In the NBA, the Clippers trying to get to 14-5 this season, visiting Memphis a day after winning in Dallas. Paul George had 22 points tonight. You just saw that corner three. He had 4 of those. The ex-Bulldog played 29 minutes, and his team did win again. 121-119. LA is on a 7-game winning streak. Elsewhere around the league, 11 points for Tyler Johnson tonight. The ex-Bulldog played 19 minutes off the bench for the Suns in their loss to the Wizards. Johnson also had 4 assists and 4 rebounds. In Milwaukee, the Lopez twins at a San Joaquin Memorial helped the Bucks improve to 15-3. Brooke scored 11 points in 24 minutes against the Hawks. Robin had a couple of points, 1 block, and a few rebounds. To football, 3 days left in the Fresno State season. The Bulldogs will play at San Jose State on Saturday. At 4-7, they can't become bowl eligible, so that'll be their last game in 2019. Then it's time to start working towards 2020. Fresno State is one of the youngest teams in the country. 12 true freshmen have played this season. Coach Tedford says that can only help for next year.
Well, a lot of promise, you know, with all the young guys that got an opportunity to play this year. You know, and every game was competitive that we played in. You know, of course, wish they would have gone the other way, but they didn't. But, you know, when you had 30 guys that left last year, there's going to be a transition of some young guys playing. And, you know, so some guys earned some valuable experience this year. And, you know, it can only help moving forward.
For what it's worth, Fresno State is favored by 2.5 points over San Jose State, which, like Fresno State, is also 4-7 this season. So there is a trophy on the line, there's pride on the line, not much else this year.
Okay. Thank you, Andrew. Still to come on Eyewitness News at 11. Another big night for a local contestant on Survivor. Find out how she did next.
Well, if it isn't Big Carl, you fixin' to sauce me up? Sick those beefy twins on this cheese hound. Scram, Big Mac. Go play with your extra toy bun. The adults are getting meaty.
Carl's Jr., you know what you want.
Black Friday savings lasts all month long at Lithia Hyundai of Fresno with great deals on our huge selection.
Lease the brand new 2020 Elantra for only $89 a month plus tax. Or get a 2019 Kona for only $17,495.
And remember, with our Fresh Start financing, you'll save time and money.
We'll get you pre-approved first, then show you a wide selection of vehicles tailored to your budget. Get Black Friday savings all month long at Lithia Hyundai of Fresno. Shop, save, done.
America once made a promise to middle-class kids. Kids like Mike Bloomberg. Work hard and you can make good. But Mike knew it was also important to do good. He built a company from scratch, creating 20,000 jobs with quality health care and paid leave. In the shadow of 9/11, Mike is elected mayor of a shaken city. He rebuilds, creating 400,000 new jobs to help the struggling middle class, improving care and safety for seniors, and raising teacher pay and graduation rates. After being mayor, Mike takes on new challenges, helping cities across the nation deliver for the middle class, providing scholarships for college, driving innovations in job training, helping pass gun safety laws, and supporting efforts to combat climate change. Now Mike is running for president to beat Trump and have the wealthy pay their fair share to build an economy that works for everyone. Mike Bloomberg for president.
I'm Mike Bloomberg, and I am
investigating the issues you care about, to be your voice, to be your eyewitness, and to make sense of it all. Every night, Murrow and Emmy Award-winning Eyewitness News investigates with Ken Malloy and Catherine Herr on CBS 47 Eyewitness News.
Carl's Jr. They call you really big, Carl. Must be those triple-sauced meat heaps. How about you cloak me in cheese? Drape me in a three-piece patty suit like a beef tycoon.
Carl's Jr., you know what you want.
Well, it was a big night for Lauren Beck of Bakersfield in tonight's episode of Survivor.
She took a trip to the Island of the Idols and met Sandra and Boston Rob, the former Survivor winners, who gave Lauren a challenge and a chance to win an immunity idol. Lauren just had to successfully guess who would win the individual immunity challenge.
If anyone knows the tribe, it's me. I am such a people person, and that's how I've figured out who to align myself with. But also, the odds aren't that great to choose 1 out of 9, and if I don't pull it off, then I lose my vote at the next tribal. And worst case scenario, I could get voted out.
Lauren was right, though, and she won an immunity idol. She chose to play it at Tribal Council, but she didn't get any votes, so she didn't need to use it. You can watch Survivor Wednesday nights at 8 o'clock right here on CBS 47.
She's hanging in there.
She survives.
She's doing good, yes.
We're surviving the weather so far, too. You know, 2 storm systems, both sides of Thanksgiving. We're still looking at more mountain snow tomorrow, some valley showers in the area, but the next big round of wintry weather, valley rain comes later the second half of this weekend into next week.
Okay, thanks, Justin. That'll do it for this edition of Eyewitness News at 11.
The Late Show with Stephen Colbert is coming up next. Have a great night.
CBS 47 Eyewitness News is on air, online, and on the go. Take Eyewitness News with you and share your stories with us on Facebook, Twitter, and on yourcentralvalley.com.
Hurry in for the final days of Toyota's Operation Black Friday. Before it ends, get $2,500 total cash back on Camry or get $2,000 total cash back on the all-new Corolla. Toyota's Operation Black Friday ends Monday. Toyota, let's go places.
The Push-Pull or Drag It In event is going on now with the Farney Automotive Group. We need all trades, and we're paying top dollar. If you owe money, if you're upside down, or if you have to drag it in, we want your car. This event runs now till December 2nd. Before you go anywhere, come get our trade value first. Come to any of our stores, Toyota of Selma, Farney Ford, or Farney Buick GMC, where buyers are on site. Whether you buy from us or not, we want your car. 10 days only. Don't miss our Push-Pull or Drag It In event. Only at the Farney Automotive Group. Drive a little, save a lot.
Ready, Grandpa?
Luckily for my grandson, I've got my friends at All American Glass. They're locally owned, been in business for over 20 years, and will take care of all your auto glass needs. At All American Glass, they'll treat your car like family.
Hurry into Clovis Volkswagen for Black Friday savings all month long during the Sign Then Drive sales event. Make a statement. Drive a Jetta S for $159 a month plus tax. Sign Then Drive at Clovis Volkswagen, just off the 168 freeway on Herndon Avenue and at clovisvw.com.
Hurry in for the final days of Toyota's Operation Black Friday. Last chance for $2,000 total cash back on the powerful Tacoma and mission-capable 4Runner.